Hello. So I did something today. People have been asking me at work and some of my friends and family, what do you bring with you on these backpacking trips? So I just finished my New England Trail hike, 12 days, and I went out today. Nice spot. Thought I'd go through my whole pack and show everybody, what I bring. Well, I had technical difficulties to say the least. My video kept shutting off, so I had to restart it. So I'm gonna mix it all together the best I can and just get it out there. My videos aren't like high quality anyways, so it's not that big of a deal to me, but I just wanted to introduce the video because that part got messed up. So this video today is about everything I carried with me on my hike of the New England Trail. So hope y'all find it kind of interesting. All right, let's get on with it. All right, so this is my pack on. That's it. Okay, so no particular order, we're gonna go through all the gear I had. This is my trekking pole. Invaluable. Folds up nice when I'm not using it. Can stow away in here. I can just hold it in my hand. So if you watch my videos, you know how important this thing was for me. It's a Lecky, and it's probably got about 500 miles on this one. So love this thing. All right, shoes. I wear the Ultra Lone Peak 6s for this hike. They worked out really well, but it was only 185 miles and they don't have many more miles left on them. So that's the one thing that isn't the greatest about these. They don't have a long life at all. But they were comfortable, they worked really good for me. I used the Darn Tough socks. They were excellent, have no problems with those. Columbia pants, very light, breathable, fast drying pants with multiple pockets. Matter of fact, in this pocket here, I got a zipper, and that is where we keep the wallet. This wallet I got it at REI in 2016 when I did the Appalachian Trail, and it has since been my regular wallet every day since then. And I still use it every day now. It's excellent. In this pocket down here, I usually have a lighter and a whistle just in case I get separated from my pack or fall down a hill or something. This pocket up here, I just have a rag, blow my nose with it, or I can use it for multiple different things. And then in this pocket over here, my phone goes in this pocket. So these pants are excellent as long as it doesn't get too hot. So I've been wearing these pants, this style of pants, since for 10 plus years. I love them, the Columbias. And then I just have a thin fleece. It weighs about 4 or 5 ounces. It's a hooded fleece, and a light t-shirt underneath that only weighs a couple ounces. It's a Patagonia lightweight, super lightweight shirt. And then my hat, which I got from the trek. Been wearing this thing, very durable, excellent hat. I had a Z-Pax hat once, and it died after about a couple hundred miles. It disintegrated. This thing has lasted forever. It's still rock solid. So, and then my glasses. So that's everything I got on me. This is my pack. It's a Hyperlite pack. It's a new pack they came out with. It's called an Unbound 40 liter. It's very big compared to my last pack. So it worked really good. It was super comfortable. It weighs more, but it was worth it because it carried so well. Yeah, so we'll just go through some of this stuff. On the outside here, trusty umbrella. Y'all know how important this thing was. So yeah, this thing was great. And it straps right to these straps. I have strap holders on here, and they strap right onto it. So yeah, this thing was awesome. It's a Six Moons design. It weighs about 6.5 ounces, so it's very light. In this pocket here, I got my water kit. This is my water bag. This is my water filter bag. I've got my Sawyer squeeze in here, and a little scoop, and an extra cap. I'm not gonna get this thing all out. And then there's an extra bag in there too. But yeah, no problems with that. It's rock solid. I got some Body Glide for areas where if I have chafing issues, it works really good. I always bring that. I didn't use it on this hike much because it's so darn cold. Sunscreen, I didn't use that either because it rained like every day. So that's it for that pocket. Over here, I just have a spare water bottle. I carry 2 of these Smart Leader water bottles, or there's other brands that have the same type of screw tops you need. And then my tent poles for my tent. That's pretty much all I kept in that pocket. On the front, I have my other pocket. This is my chest strap. And this is where the water goes that I drink all day. So it goes in this pocket right here. And I just take it out of there and drink it. Excellent, excellent setup. My chest pocket, I got some hand sanitizer. And I got a little lighter in there. And a safety pin in case I need it. And then in this pocket, I have my glasses. So these glasses would go in here, and then they would go in there. And then I have a spare set of readers just in case I have an issue, because I can't see if it gets dark really at all. This here was a new thing. It's a small, tiny little comb, and I actually used it like every day because I had long hair and I had a little bit of a beard on this hike, which came in super handy, both of those things. And this little comb, I use it every day, so glad I brought it. The other thing we have in here is a couple of things. I got some Leukotape for quick fixes or blisters or whatever I might need. Very handy. And then I've got some firecrackers that I was hiking alone, so just in case I need to scare a bear away or some coyotes away, which I always bring these. I've never ever used them. The other thing I have for that type of thing, self-defense, is I do have my knife right here that I really, I don't need it. If I was doing one of the longer trails, like the Appalachian Trail, I wouldn't take this. But I did not see one other person through hiking this whole 185 miles. So I was out there all alone for just about the whole thing. So that just gave me a level of comfort. Same with the firecrackers. What else in here? Oh, I think I have some string. Yeah, I have some string, just some really light string. If I need to string up at camp to dry things, or if I just need some extra string for something, that can come in really handy. So in this here, I keep this on my chest strap, and it's my sweat rag right here. It's also my timeout rag. So if I'm just dying and I just need a break from all reality, I just stick my head in this thing, and it's like a timeout, and I can go away and just be out of my element for a little bit. It works better if it's super hot, but I didn't use it that much on this last hike. So when I'm not using it, I just flip it up like that behind me, and it's out of the way. So yeah, and you can see these yellow strap things right here. These are for the umbrella. So yeah. Now, this pack comes with side pockets, which came in super handy. I'm not used to having them. So in this one, I would keep my headlamp so I could access that if I needed it to start to get dark. I keep some snacks in here. So my morning or afternoon snacks would go in this pocket. Electrolyte packet for when I needed that in the afternoon. And this was my dehydrated vegetables. So at noontime, I would put water in this, and then I would put it back in the pocket. And then by dinner time, it would be all rehydrated. It worked really good until it didn't. And yes, you can probably guess, one of the last days I used it, it got a hole in it and it spilled all in my pouch. Made my whole pouch smell like dehydrated vegetables, which is not good, especially when you sleep with your bag. I cleaned it as best I could with alcohol and everything to get the smell out, but I'm sure it was still there. So I won't be doing that anymore. I'll have to figure out something different. But I did like having the vegetables in with my dinners, little extra nutrients. All right, so earbuds, I did not use these. I rarely ever use earbuds when I hike, but sometimes if I'm in my tent at the end of the night, I might use them. But I didn't on this hike. I didn't. I do have a little Swiss Army knife. It's got all kinds of little tools on it. That comes in handy. Has scissors on it, and those come in handy like every time I go out on a hike. I seem to need scissors for something. So, and chapstick. That's it for that one. And in this other pocket over here, this is where I would keep all my electronics. So my power bank and all my cords. So yeah, assortment of cords and power blocks. This is a big 20,000 milliamperage charger. I also carried a 10 milliamperage, but yeah, so I could keep this in the pocket, plug it in, and then put it in my phone. I have an old iPhone 12 mini, and the battery's terrible on it right now, and it's due to be replaced. But anyways, yeah, this was good, and because it was cold, if I would keep this on the inside, like right next to my waist, it would keep this warm, and that helps keep it working a lot better. They don't like to get cold, and I had a lot of, 40-degree-ish weather on this hike. So that's my power bank. That's how I kept my phone going, and a couple other things. So that's it for the outside. Now for the inside, let's get in here. So I had a little pack cover like this super thin bag that I liked it to go over the back here. So when the water would come off my umbrella, it would hit this and then go off. And it worked awesome. It weighs like nothing, like a quarter of an ounce. And it's not gonna last or anything. It rips really easy, but for this, it worked good. And then my pad, which I used every day. It's a very thin 1/8 of an inch foam pad. It worked awesome. I'm gonna use it right now, actually, because this is what I would do. I would take stuff out of my pack before I would set my tent up, and I would put it on this, because I had wet ground like every day. So this thing was invaluable. It was awesome to have. I could do so many different things with it. So we'll just go through whatever I pick here. So this is a puffy jacket. If it got cold for whatever reason, or I was taking lunch and I got cold from stopping, I'd have good access to this, so I'd keep it on top. It's just a puffy coat. It's a really good one. It's yeah, worked well. And lightened equipment. And then this was my other layer that I wore a lot. It's a long sleeve Smartwool shirt. Fairly lightweight, but with this, and then this over top, it's all I ever needed. Even when the temperatures get 40 degrees and windy. If it got really, really rainy, I would put my rain shell on, which I'll show you in a bit, over top of all this. And that's all I ever used, and I never, ever got cold. So this was good. Got worn a lot on this hike. All right, so, and we have food, okay? So this is my food bag. Had anywhere from 1 day to 5 days of food in this thing. So the way I do food is I put food, every day gets its own Ziploc bag with everything in it. That way I keep track of what I'm eating and I don't run out. So yeah, this goes in here. I have my mixer because I have drink mixes, and I use this little bottle, put the water in there, put the mixes in, mix it up. I've got my spoon, my titanium deep spoon, which I've had this thing forever. It's awesome. I love it, especially when I'm doing the Mountain House meals or the backpacker meals. You can get right down in there. You don't get it all over your hands. Works awesome. And then my bear bag kit. Put a rock in here, throw it over a branch, up goes the bag. So, yeah, that's all that stuff. So that's where that goes. All right. This is a bottle I use for a night because I don't like to get out of my tent to go to the bathroom. So I've actually had this same bottle since the Appalachian Trail, and it does not leak. And that's the important thing. It cannot leak. It's just a peanut bottle. So yeah, I would pee in this, and then at the end of the night or in the morning, I would dump it out. I know, a lot of people use them and just don't say they use them, but I don't care. I use it every night. This here is my like extra bag. They call it a ditty bag. And I keep all kinds of little stuff in here. So all my little stuff kind of goes in this one bag. So I'm not looking all around for it. I can just get this one bag. Stuff like, this is a little tiny piece of biodegradable soap. Did not use it one time on this hike, but I have used it on other hikes for certain situations. My toothpaste, my toothbrush, and my floss. Earplugs, use those every night on this trip. I just like earplugs when I'm out doing this. Some extra KT tape. Repair kit for my tent and my sleeping pad. A little medicine, a little ibuprofen, Tums, some things for my toes, some Band-Aids. Just like, I think there's even some a little thing of Neosporin in here. All right, baby wipes, body wipes, whatever you want to call them. If you can't clean up at the end of the day, there's no water, no pond or anything, you put some water on one of these and you wipe yourself down, and it makes all the difference in the world. You'd be amazed what a difference they make. Some fire starter things, which I didn't have one fire on this trip. I'm not a big fire person, but for emergency purposes, I like to have them. And then I always bring a couple pieces of foam that weigh like nothing, because you never know when you're going to need a piece of foam for like a spot that's rubbing somewhere. I've found that I've used them in the past. Sometimes you cut them, but I didn't use them on this one. And in the bottom of this bag, I just have an extra bottle cap and a safety pin and a small rubber band. And that's it for that. My ditty bag. All right, my stove. Okay, so my camera just shut off, so I just recorded a whole bunch of stuff and now I gotta redo it. And it shut off right about when I was showing you my stove, okay? So I have a tiny little stove and a cook pot system, and I showed it on one of my videos. It's a little tiny stove, a little tiny thing, weighs an ounce, lighter, little foam thing to keep this from rattling, because I don't like rattling or squeaking or squealing. So this foam would act as a like keep everything nice and snug. And then there's just a fuel canister. Boil up your water, boom, get coffee, get food, rehydrate your stuff. So that's my stove. Now, this here is the outside of my pack, which I forgot to show you when I was going around it. But this back pocket has been invaluable on all my backpacks, because this is where you put stuff that you want quick access to, so you don't have to keep opening the top. So first thing we have in here is a day's worth of food. In the morning, I put all my food in, I take the bag out for the day and I put it in the back. So then I have quick access to all my food for the day. So we do that. And then we just have a raincoat. Use this thing a lot on this particular hike. What else we have in here? We got some compression calf sleeves. These came in handy because I had some lower leg problems. I've got some wind pants that I've used on other hikes a lot. I didn't use them on this hike, but I had them. They weigh 3 ounces. What else do we have in here? We've got some like 1 ounce shorts. I used these when I went to the hotel when I did laundry. You could use them if you're gonna go swimming too, but there was no swimming on this trip. Toilet paper. What else do we have in here? I guess that's about it for that back pocket. So anything you need real quick during the day, you just shove back in there, and that works pretty good. So the last thing that's inside the pack is all in a plastic Nylaflume liner. So this is all the stuff that you want to make triple sure doesn't get wet, because you've got a waterproof backpack, and then you've got the Nylaflume bag, and then you've got the umbrella and the pack cover. So you got all these things to try to keep water out. But this is the most important one in my opinion, because there's no getting by this. You put the stuff in here, you twist it up, and you tuck it down, and there's no water gonna get in there. So anyways, what do we keep in here? An inflatable pillow that I've always used. Love that thing. And I bought these other like pillows. They weigh like an ounce each. They're nothing to them. And they come with a straw. And you put the straw in here and you blow it up and it makes a pillow. So I brought 2 of them and I use them every night. And I would put them underneath my knees. I'd put them under the sleeping pad, under my knees, so I wouldn't have to sleep perfectly flat, which I don't like to anyways. Here, speaking of that, here's my sleeping pad. It's a 6 feet long by 25 inches wide by 2.5 inches thick. And I fill it up halfway so it's squishy, because I don't like to lay flat. It just doesn't do well with me. Sleep socks that I can also hike in, but they're different kind. These are Right socks. They're lighter and they're not as tight on my feet, so they're good to sleep in. My sleep pants, Smart Wool liners. I've had these. They've been on every hike with me since I've done the Appalachian Trail. It's my sleep system. All right, so my phone stopped again. Had to get more storage. So I'm gonna continue on here before it fills up again. This is my sleep shirt. It's a long sleeve version of this right here. Super light, very comfortable. Had that ever since I started the Appalachian Trail also. So that's a good thing. Gloves, sleep gloves. Super warm, super light, super comfy. This head thing goes over my head. Works really well, especially if I don't have hair, if I'm bald, and I have no beard. This time I had beard and hair, so this, I didn't really need it. And then some toe socks. I didn't need them on this hike, but you never know when you're gonna have toe issues. So those come in handy. And the last thing is my quilt. So 20 degree UGQ quilt. Excellent, did a great job, never got cold. And I keep it in another waterproof bag. So this one even has an extra layer of water, waterproofness, because you don't want to mess around with your quilt. So if I happen to get through all those other layers, I would still have a dry quilt. So anyways, that's it. Sorry this video was a little broken up, but this is what I took. This is what I took on my New England Trail hike in 2023. So it was a great time. Hope you guys found this interesting, and that's it. All right. Goodbye. All right, so that's it. That's everything I carried with me. And there was one thing I forgot was my watch. So this is just a cheap Amazon watch, 20 bucks. Nothing super fancy, but it does have a light on there. It's better than using my phone all the time because that wears out the battery. And plus it's just right there available for me. So I always bring that on my hikes. It's actually very useful. I use it a lot. So other than that, that's about it. So hope you enjoyed. Hope it wasn't too boring, and we'll catch you later. I'm back. All right, so I watched my video. I made the whole thing, And then I realized I forgot a big major item. Can you guess what it was? Can you? How about what I sleep in? My tent. Yeah, kind of an important thing. So, this is a Big Agnes Fly Creek. It's their lightest model. It's made of Dyneema. It's very expensive. Right now it retails for $1,400 on Big Agnes's website. I got it for about $900 several years ago, but it's an excellent double wall tent. It does come with its own tent poles that are super light. And like I said, the whole thing only weighs 21 ounces. So I use the Big Agnes on the Appalachian Trail, a different one, and I really just like the design. It works for me. So yeah, that's what I took on this trail. It worked awesome. The other thing I forgot to tell you about, which I told you in one of my videos, was my cotton gloves. So these babies got used like 9 out of the 12 days. So those were excellent. Just a light pair of cheap work gloves. So anyways, those are the two things that I could think of that were not in that video because my video got so broken up yesterday with the problems I was having. But anyways, there they are. And hopefully I won't look at it again and find more stuff missing and have to do another one of these. Let's hope not. All right. See ya.